Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how many Facebook ads you should be running at any one time. I get a lot of questions from people who say things like, how many Facebook ads should I run? And I'm going to sort of discuss how we think about the volume of ads you should be running at once, how you should be changing that over time, and some other questions to do that, because I think that's going to be really valuable for a lot of people with those sorts of Facebook advertising related questions. Now, when it comes to thinking about your Facebook ad campaign structure, I don't really think about it in terms of number of ads, okay? So I get a lot of questions from people who say things like, what should my budget per ad be? And that just kind of doesn't really make sense, because I just don't think about budgets in terms of per ad. You could have one campaign that you spend $500,000 on that has 3 ads in it. You could have another campaign that you spend $5,000 on that has 20 ads in it. The volume of ads is not dictated at all by the budget or the audience size or anything like that. The volume of ads is all about optimizing your campaign for optimal performance. Okay, so what I've got in front of me is an example Facebook ad account, an example Facebook ad campaign. I'm going to go through the structure of this very, very quickly and explain how we set it up, and that'll answer that question of how many ads we're running at any one time. So we're going to assume that you're advertising a fairly simple product or service, let's say something that costs less than $100, and you're using a direct to offer strategy. It's the strategy that I recommend most advertisers use, and it's very, very simple. You put an ad up for your product or service, you get people to click on it, come through to your website and inquire about your services or buy. Now, there are other strategies I do recommend for lots of other scenarios, and you can check out a free webinar of mine that I'll include a link to in the video description below that talks all about Facebook advertising strategies. It's actually called 3 Killer Facebook Advertising Strategies to Double or More Your Business. And I demonstrate 3 different sales funnels in there. So if you're wondering about different strategies and different sales funnels to use, go ahead and check that out, completely free, link in the video description. But in this, the way I'm going to structure this video is talk about a direct to offer campaign. This structure can be used with lots of other types of campaigns that you'll find out about in that webinar as well. But this is the simplest way to demonstrate it. So we've got one example campaign, right? We're going to turn on campaign budget optimization. And then within that, we're going to have, let's say, 4 different ad sets. What I would say is 3 to 5 different ad sets. And each one of those different ad sets is going to be targeting a different audience. Roughly. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. Once we've had a campaign running for a while, we might narrow down the number of ad sets, okay? Then we get into our ad level. So let's take a look at ad set number 1. We have, in an ideal world, 4 ads running in this ad set. Now, I like to have 4 ads running for a number of reasons, okay? So firstly, it's not too many. If you were to put 12, 16 different ads in one ad set, Facebook will have a really hard time optimizing that campaign and working out which ad is likely to deliver the best results, just because there's so much data for it to chunk through. It's going to take a long time. You're going to stay in the learning phase a lot longer. So no more than 5 ads live at any one time in one ad set is what I'd recommend, okay? So that's obviously part of the question there. I like 3 or 4 for a few different reasons. It's not too many, we've already discussed that. But you can tick a lot of different boxes. So firstly, it's really important to test lots of different ad creative. When you first create a Facebook ad campaign, it's very difficult to work out ahead of time which ad creative is going to land with your target audience. Is image A going to work or image B going to work best? Is a video going to work better than a carousel ad, better than a slideshow ad, better than an image ad? You know, we've got a lot of experience with Facebook advertising. We run dozens of campaigns for our clients at any one time, constantly spending millions and millions of dollars on Facebook advertising. And even we are often surprised when we put up a whole suite of ads, which one delivers the best results. It's not that obvious to work out. There are nuances between different markets. So the answer to that sort of problem is to test a lot of different ad creative. So as I said, I like to have 4 different options, because at the beginning, you could test 4 different ad formats. So you could have example ad 1 being an image ad, example ad 2 being a carousel, 3 being a video, and 4 perhaps being a different image ad or a slideshow ad. You can very quickly work out, okay, it seems that our market seems to respond better to, let's say, image ads in this case. Everyone thinks it's all about video, and for a lot of businesses it is, but not all the time. Let's say in this example that an image ad performs the best results. Okay, what we would then go and do is, let's say image ad is, example ad number 1 is the image ad. We would pause 2, 3, and 4, and then we would create some new ads, add them to this ad set, with other images and test those alongside each other. So part of the reason why I like to have 3 or 4 different ads going in one ad set at any one time is to be able to test different ad options and improve performance. If you create 4 ads, one performs the best, you pause the other 3, you create some more ads that are similar to the best performer. You may find that out of that next batch, one of your ads outperforms the original best performer. If you go through that process 4, 5, 6 times, you might end up with ads that have a cost per purchase that's half or a third of what you originally had, okay? Because you're weeding out the underperformers and just carrying on with the best performers. So that's a really key component of always making sure you have multiple ads running at once. There are also some other aspects to having, let's say, 4 ads in an ad set at any one time live, and that's that different people respond to different ads. So whilst you may see in my previous example that image ad works best, perhaps you get great results from image ads and video ads, and you want to keep them both running alongside each other. And that makes sense because some people are more interested in videos, and that's what's going to grab their attention, and it's going to hold it, and you're going to convert with those people better. But other people haven't got time for that. They don't want to watch a video. They want to know exactly what's going on in an image. They're scrolling through their Facebook newsfeed really fast. They see an image, they get the idea, they're either interested or they're not, and they take action. Different people respond to different ads. That's another great reason to have 3 or 4, let's say 3 to 5 different ad creatives running at any one time. A really important thing that's not talked about enough is that you're not advertising to robots here. These are real people with real preferences and differences. The other thing, and this I find really important about having multiple ads running at any one time, is ad fatigue. If you just use the same ad for weeks, months, even years, although you very much struggle to get to years, never make any adjustments to it, never have other ads running alongside it, you're going to run into ad fatigue. And that's where people in your audience are just bored of your ad. It doesn't have the impact when it comes up in front of them because they've been there, they've seen that, they've either decided whether they want it or not. You can help overcome ad fatigue by refreshing ad creative and running multiple different ad creative at the same time. So if you've got 4 different ads, and let's say, person within your audience sees ad 1 on a Monday, ad 2 on a Wednesday, ad 3 on a Thursday, ad 4 on a Sunday, that's going to have a much greater impact because each different ad variation is fresh and they're going to pay attention to it. It's going to have a much greater impact than if they just see the same ad 4 times in a week. And your results are going to be a lot better for it. So 3 to 4 different ads per ad set is about perfect when it comes to the number of ads that you want running, number of Facebook ads you want running at any one time. It will vary. So you may see that you just have one ad that performs really, really well and you just can't beat it. Okay, keep testing and keep adding in ads alongside that, but it's absolutely fine if you perhaps only have 2 running or 3 running or 1 running for a time period whilst you create new ads. So don't think I have to have 3 or 4 running at any one time all the time. It is more flexible than that, but as a general rule, that's perfect. There are also other cases, other scenarios whereby, you might be running a particular discount offer across a range of products and you really want 8 ads running in an ad set for a limited time only. Again, that's fine. Just don't make a habit out of it because it's a lot for Facebook to optimize. So in this one ad set, we've got 4 different ads, okay? If I go back to the campaign structure, we've got 4 different ad sets. You might be thinking, wow, have I got to create 16 different ads? 4 times 4 is 16. So you've got 4 ads in each ad set, that's 16 different ads. And the answer is no, and this is really important. When I set up a campaign with this structure, and I'll include a link below that sort of gives more detail about the campaign structure and why it works really well. So check that out if you're interested. When I have this campaign structure, I like to use the same 4 ads in each of the 4 ad sets. Because what I'm doing at the ad set level is I'm testing targeting options. I want to know which targeting option delivers the best results. Now, that means to do that properly, you have to isolate the variables. If I have different ads in ad set 2 versus ad set 3 and different targeting options, and let's say ad set 2 really outperforms ad set 3, I don't know whether ad set 2 performed really well because of the different targeting options or because of the different ads. It could be one of the two, it could be a combination, who knows? It's really hard to pick apart that data. Whereas if I keep the ads consistent across the 4 ad sets, I can then very easily take a look at things and go, aha, that lookalike audience performed much better than that cold interest targeting option that we found. Great, we can make adjustments accordingly. So in a campaign like this, I'm going to have 3 to 4 ads running at any one time, the same 3 to 4 ads across all the ad sets that we're using, including warm audience ad sets, by the way. A lot of people like to create warm audience ad sets where they then they tailor the ads and say things like, you forgot to buy these pair of jeans that you added to your cart yesterday. There can be advantages to doing that, but for the most part, people find it really creepy, particularly in industries that aren't marketing related industries where people are a bit more used to it, a bit more accepting of that sort of thing. If you're operating in a non-marketing related industry, people do not like that. Breaches privacy. It doesn't breach privacy policies, but looks like it does. And they just get creeped out by that sort of thing. So I like to use the same ads for my cold audiences and my warm audiences and use those ads as more of a reminder to get them to take the action they had previously started doing, perhaps if they clicked to the website, etc., etc. So I like to use the same ads there. Don't get too fancy and cute and clever with it. It doesn't tend to work very well. So how often are we refreshing these ads? So we're running 3 or 4 ads at any one time. I would say, on average, we are refreshing ads probably once, maybe twice a month. Now, bearing in mind that the campaigns that we're running for our clients, the average ad spend is probably around about $10,000, maybe $15,000 a month. We have some companies spending literally over $100,000 a month, some down at, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, something like that. So the average, let's say, is $10,000 a month. That means that we're going to have to refresh ad creative more often than someone who is spending $500 a month or $1,000 a month on their Facebook ad campaign, because we're going to generate that many more impressions and we're going to run into ad fatigue that much faster. So with this structure, aside from testing to try and improve performance, just regularly refreshing things, once a month on ad creative is absolutely fine. Once every 2 months is probably okay. And bearing in mind, you're not turning off the best performing ads after a month. So let's say we've got these 4 ads here. Example ad 1 does really well. We might leave that ad running for 6 months, but we'll be adding in other new ads alongside it, let's say on a fortnightly, or in your case, if you're operating with a lower budget, perhaps a monthly basis. That's when you're taking out some of these other ads, pausing their performers, and adding in new ones to test against. You can do it more frequently if you want to speed up that testing process and improve your performance, and a lot of people will. So by all means, go ahead. In which case, you might want to do it on a weekly basis. I would recommend more frequently than that because you need enough data to make decisions, but let's say on a weekly basis. But in terms of what do you need to do if you want this to be more passive and more hands-off, I would say once a month, once every 2 months in terms of refreshing ad creative is absolutely fine. Okay, so hopefully that helped answer the question of how many ads should you run at any one time, and hopefully you now understand why I don't really think of budgets in terms of how much you spend per ad. It's when you're using campaign budget optimization, which I'll include a link to, by the way, in the video description if you don't know what that is, Facebook will allocate budget according to performance. So you might have 1 of your ads or 2 of your ads spending 80% of your budget. That's absolutely fine. If that's a really high performing ad, that's what you want. That'll get you better results. Now, just before you go, something I want to quickly mention, which is our Facebook advertising services. So if you're spending on Facebook ads or looking to spend on Facebook ads more than $3,000 a month, that's the starting point to work with us. And we'd love to work with you. We'd love to manage, optimize, create your Facebook ad campaigns, and our done for you services really takes all the Facebook and Instagram advertising off your hands. We can handle that entire process for you. And, unless you're a professional and you've been doing this for years and years and you dedicate all your time to Facebook advertising, we can almost certainly generate much better results ourselves running your Facebook ad campaigns for you than what you can get yourself. It's just a simple fact of we are professionals and we have the experience. We do this day in, day out. We can draw from a lot of the other work we do with our clients. So Facebook advertising is an important part of your business and you want it to perhaps take it to another level, to scale, or you want someone to take it off your hands, or you want both, then we can help you with that. So if you're interested, and as I said, got a budget of more than $3,000 a month for your Facebook ads, then what you should do is book a free call with me. There'll be a link in the video description right at the bottom where you can book a free strategy session. These sessions last about 30 minutes. And it's just very informal conversation for me to find out a bit more about your business and for you to, me to sort of describe how our services work. You can obviously hear our information and make a decision whether you want to work with us or not. Completely no obligation, but it'd be great to talk if you are interested in us taking this off your hands and getting you much better Facebook advertising results. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment below to let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm releasing lots of content right now on Facebook advertising, answering these sorts of questions. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.